You're 16?
Yeah, dude, I'm 16.
Damn, you got the voice of a fucking 20-year-old.
Yeah, that's right.
What about the rest of you?
They're all the
I
same
am
age.
15.
We
Yeah,
are school
all the
friends.
same.
You're all 16?
Yeah.
I hate to say theirs.
Jesus. I feel like a fucking pedophile now. I'm 21 years old.
No, you're just a pedophile if you want to make sex with us and you don't want it, right?
Well, what if I do?
Yeah, when that were going to be a problem, a really big problem. And we would have to go to Georgia and kill you, unfortunately.
I mean, you're welcome. I could, I could either get you a green card or I have my passport. I could come to Brazil and let you guys kill me.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's alright.
More simple.
Yeah, that's very simple. But that's not gonna happen, I think. Because
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the pandemic.
I'm not
We can travel.
Probably you're gonna drink some beers.
Oh, I'm drinking whiskey right now. I already drank the beers. The beers are gone.
Jesus.
I don't.
Hey, why are you talking in English? Why can't you talk in Portuguese? This is a democracy, actually.
Because I never went to school.
Oh, okay. So you don't know what is democracy, so you can talk Portuguese, that's right?
I dropped out of school in grade school,
Oh,
5th grade.
5th grade. Okay.
I'm self-educated, which
Is it better to be self-educated?
I mean, the American school system is kind of a fucking joke, so I would think so. I mean, you need like a GED, which is basically like proof of like, yeah, I went to school and graduated. But I mean, like, it's all a fucking sham, dude.
Yeah.
Like the American education system's a fucking joke.
Man,
They don't teach.
You're thinking for
They don't teach you anything that you need to know. It's all just like I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, and you just need to repeat it on a piece of paper. And then like by the time you get out of school, it's like I don't remember half the shit I learned. Like
Here's the
half
same. Here's exactly the same.
half the people I know who were fucking like gifted people who like were like honor students and shit, they like get out of school and they're like, dude, I don't even remember half the fucking shit that I learned in school.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke, dude. All it is just like paperwork. It's a piece of paper that says, yeah, I did this, so
Yeah, here in Brazil it's the same thing, but you can actually get killed on the school.
It's a little worse. It's a little bit worse.
Yeah, it's like in other schools, more to Rio de Janeiro, in some places they actually bring guns to the school. Yeah,
Drugs, guns,
yeah. So
alcoholic.
you have to know which kids you can mess with. You understand me?
wait, so like you're allowed to bring guns to the school? Is
No,
that
you are not
is-
allowed. But here in Brazil, laws are a joke.
So like people don't give a shit, they just do it anyway, basically.
Yeah, you understand.
Rio de Janeiro is like Assyria.
I mean, shit. It's kind of the same way in America. It's like, you know, there's laws against going to school with a fucking 9 in your backpack, but like, you know, some people do it anyway.
Yeah.
And like, dude,
Can't speak.
dude, they have there are some schools, especially high schools here. They have fucking metal detectors at the door.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, dude. It's like mass shootings are such a fucking problem. But
Whoa.
it's not like
What the
it's
fuck,
not
dude?
it's not like what you think it would be. It's not like it's kids that steal their parents' guns, and it's kids that are like mentally fucked up. Like it's not even like school shootings, I don't even remember. Like, the last school shooting that happened that I can even fucking remember is when that fucking Elliot Rodger kid fucking shot up the Arizona high, like, college. Other than that, like,
Which
mass shootings are such a fucking common thing that it's not even reported on the news anymore.
no
Wow.
way.
It's, but at the same time, it's like, man, like they tried to make drugs illegal, right? Like
Mm.
the whole war on drugs thing with fucking Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan started the war on drugs, and he was like, drugs are illegal, and it's like, well, he may have made drugs illegal, but that doesn't mean that people ain't still gonna fucking get them. And it's the same thing with guns. It's like if you make guns illegal, like, yeah, the people that abide by the fucking law are gonna give up their guns or whatever. But do you really think that people, like criminals, are gonna give a shit? Do you think they're gonna care? Like, they're still gonna find a way to get a gun and fucking rob people and shoot people and kill people. Like, it doesn't matter if you make the shit illegal. Like, if somebody wants the shit, they're gonna find it.
Yes.
It's just like, it's like heroin is illegal in America, but there's still a fucking heroin epidemic. You know?
Yes.
Like, you can still find fucking heroin, just like you could find a fucking can of Dr. Pepper at Walmart. Like, it's, if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. That's the main reason that I think that, like, gun control is a stupid idea, because all you're gonna be doing is taking guns away from the law-abiding citizens, like the upstanding fucking good people. You're gonna be taking guns away from them, and the criminals who don't give a shit are still gonna have a way to have guns.
That's
And
exactly
then-
what happened here in Brazil maybe 20 or 30 years ago. They actually blocked the way for guns every way, and the criminals are still got them. Like AK-47 and M16s, you know. And the citizens have a shit.
Because criminals don't talk about the law, dude. Like, you think that somebody who actively breaks the law is gonna give a shit about the law? Really? Like, no, they don't give a fuck. There's a reason that they're a fucking criminal.
Yes.
No, they're not illegal in the U.S. yet, but they're working on it. They're working on. They're trying to take away any semi-automatic weapons, any weapons with a magazine capacity over 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Basically, all you're going to be allowed to own is a pump-action shotgun, which is still a gun, but they're not going to do shit. Or, like hunting rifles. And, like, the thing is like, in concept, that's a good idea. Like, I agree with it. But there are still criminals, like in the state I live in, you're not allowed to own a fully automatic weapon at all. Like, it's like against the federal law, and federal law is countrywide. Like, there's state law, and then there's federal law. Federal law jurisdicts everything. And federally, it is illegal to own a fully automatic weapon. But you can buy a fucking semi-automatic assault rifle, and you can file down the receiver, and it becomes fully automatic.
What?
Like, it takes like 10 seconds and a fucking bastard file. And you can make a fully automatic weapon out of a semi-automatic weapon.
What the fuck?
And so that completely contradicts, like, even if you take all those limitations and you put them into place, it's like I said, dude, do you think criminals are going to give a shit?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to be like, oh, dude, the law says that we can't do this, so we can't fucking do this, dude? They're criminals, dude. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a
Another thing is like here in Brazil, even criminals are very difficult to get a gun. Like a few years back, some teenagers were going to kill some people at school, and they couldn't actually have a gun, so they used machetes and axes. So that's the thing too. You cannot end with criminality just blocking the way for guns. Too.
That's another thing I was gonna ask about, because like I've seen like here in America, like, I'm not trying to talk shit or demean your country by any means, because I'm not prejudiced and I don't like, I'm not trying to like be offensive, but is it true that like people like just get fucking cut down in the streets with machetes just randomly?
Depends the place.
Yeah, there are some places where it happens, but here at South, where it's the safest place of the country, doesn't happen very often. Basically never, just in really, really dangerous cities and streets.
Jeez.
You have to know where you are going.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I could see like shit like that. Like we don't have shit like that in America. Which I mean, I guess like mass shootings are like the same fucking thing. But like, we don't have like fucking machete fights in America. Very rarely will you see someone like fucking stabbed to death. Like most of the time it's just like people like walking up on a group of people and shooting people. And it's like I guess the most notorious one would be the Columbine shooting.
Yes. We heard about it too here in Brazil. It's very famous in the whole world, actually. Entire world.
That shit happened like 2 months before I was born.
Really?
Yeah, Columbine. It happened April 20th, 1999. I was born June 7th, 1999.
7th?
7th, yes.
June.
But yeah, those kids, like, you know the Doom franchise, like the Doom games?
Yes, I know. Everybody knows.
Yeah. So what they would do is, I read up on these guys extensively because I just got hyper fixated with them for a while. But they would play Doom religiously, and they made a custom map in Doom that was the same layout as their high school.
What the?
And
Oh shit, man.
yeah, and they would play through it every single fucking day, and whenever they shot up the school, they stole their parents' guns. It wasn't even their guns. They stole their parents' fucking guns, and it was a Tech 9,
Yes.
a sawed-off double barrel, a pump action 12 gauge, and I forget the other one. I think it was like a PPSH or some shit like
that. It
that.
was a PPS, yes, I remember.
But they fucking like went in their school and they had planned the shit out. Like, dude, like they fucking like made a Doom map about it and fucking like went through it several times. And these motherfuckers, like, they made pipe bombs. They made fucking like propane tank bombs. They the only reason, like one of the only reasons that their shit failed is because they had a bomb that they threw into the lunchroom that did not go off
Yes.
like they intended it to. They had intended it to blow up all the students inside, but it didn't go off. And then they ran through the building. I think they got like 17 kills, something like that. And then they both laid down in the fucking library, and the cops were there, and they were like, surrender or whatever, and they just both shot themselves.
Yes.
And the really fucked up thing about it is, I forget if it was Eric Harris or Dylan Klebold, but one of them was like super fucked up in the head,
It was.
and the other, yeah, Eric was super fucked up in the head, and Dylan was just like going along with it, and Eric kind of like manipulated Dylan into doing the shit. Like Dylan was hesitant about it, and like Eric convinced him to do like all of that shit. Like he just manipulated him, and like at the end of it, when the cops came, there's footage of it you can find online. I don't know if you can. It's gonna be really hard to fucking dig it out, but like there's like audio footage because there were cameras, and they never released like the video footage, but they like released the audio footage, and uh you can hear Dylan being like, all right, because like you can hear the cops pulling up, and you can hear Dylan being like, all right, on the count of 3 we're gonna shoot ourselves, and then they count to 3, and you just hear gunshots and fucking silence.
Yeah.
But man, like
That's actually not the real footage. That's actually a movie called Yellow Elephant. That comes from a movie.
really,
Yes, Yellow Elephant. That's the name. You can watch it. I watched it. It's like hour and a half. It's like a documentary. Yeah,
damn,
yeah,
I never knew.
yeah. Where's your god now, huh? I'm just kidding.
Have you ever seen there's this movie called Rampage, and it's not the one with The Rock, but it's the other one.
I heard
You ever
about
seen
it.
it?
I heard about it.
It's fucking great, man. It's about like this dude who builds like a suit of armor, and he just like gets fed up with like everything, and he's got like 2 Tech 9s, 2 fucking Berettas, and like an assault rifle, and he just goes on a fucking killing spree. And
Sorry.
it's a really good fucking movie, dude. You'd probably like it. I mean, you know, like you're not white, but you would still probably like it.
Wow, what if? Why am not white?
Because white people like mass murder and edgy shit.
Okay. Okay, but I'm actually white.
You are?
Well,
I'm yellow.
yes, I'm blue. I'm sorry.
Send me
I'm
Right
the
now.
diva.
send me a picture. Let me see your face. I'll let you see my face.
No. That's actually my picture on my profile. Can you see it? Yeah, I'm white, dude.
I can't see it.
My picture is I am making part of the group band like BTS.
Correct.
There you go. That's my
I am-
face. That's what I look like.
Oh, you're so different. I have in mind.
Yeah, me too. You're pretty normal actually. You sound like a guy in Georgia who plays Sub Rosa.
I got a lot of you see, like I got shit out on the fucking gene pool because like I got all of the parts of the Cherokee Indian and also all the parts of the Irish. So like I'm super fucking hairy, but also like super fucking tan and brown and goofy looking.
Yeah. No, no, no. You're actually pretty normal. I don't think you're goofy. You're
I got
saying
long.
you said you were Irish, isn't it?
Yeah, partially.
Yeah,
I have
uh,
family. I have family in Britain.
really. Whoa.
My last name is Hannah, and it actually comes from the last name O'Hannah, which one of my relatives murdered somebody in Britain and then fled to the U.S.
Whoa.
And dropped O from his name and just was Hannah.
Yeah. I'm almost completely German.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We gotta state the fucking Fourth Reich, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh,
Those,
oh,
I'm
so
sending a
different
picture.
in
I'll send a
later
picture of
picture.
my friends. Those are my friends. Let me send you. Holy shit!
Don't send a penguin, please. This my
No, I'll send your dick photo. Don't worry. With that.
Send me his nuts.
Hey, those are my friends. Those are my friends. You know.
yeah.
I'm the.
I'm the I'm the top in the
He's the
cow.
call. He's the call. He's always. Yeah, he's pretty nice.
I'm the rat.
Yes, yes. We live in a
I
farm,
have
you know.
disturbed mansion.
Yeah, me too. It's like my parents are like brothers, you know, because they're pigs, and his parents are like brothers too. So I don't have a hand because of family genus. But that's life. That's life, huh?
Shit.
Life continues. The life goes
Man,
on
my
here.
my my my
Sorry,
parents is
I was making piss. Oh, those are your friends?
Yes. Oh, you're not
Yeah.
hearing? You're not hearing? Oh no. Uh, it's Grippo.
Hey, I have a question. This is a good question.
What's the question? What's the question?
come on.
What are the medical bills like in Brazil?
It's better than U.S. Actually, we heard about it. It's
Yeah.
like free. It's free.
Como é que
Do they
perguntou?
give you-
perguntou?
Do they give you health?
Sistema de saúde.
It's
Ah.
our health plan. I think that's the name. It's free.
SUS.
It's free. It's called.
It's
SUS.
free.
Yes, but it
Yeah.
is bad. Let's say if you get it free, it's going to be not bad, but medium. Yeah, it's like not that bad.
You know that if you give birth in America, it costs $500 to hold your baby?
No, really?
Yes. Skin to skin contact. They put that on the medical bill.
Well, here in Brazil it's free, dude.
$500 fucking dollars to hold the baby that you just gave birth to.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Here you just can go to the bed for the hospital and give your baby, and not more like
Yeah,
this.
he's trying to say like you can give the light. I think that's how to say it. At hospital and it's free, like absolutely free.
That's fucking bullshit, dude. For a country that claims to be so like great and far advanced, like man.
God.
You know how much
Mm. can't take.
You know how much a ambulance costs?
How much?
Just guess.
I can't. I really don't know. 300? No, 7.
Close.
So 900.
1,500.
What the fuck, dude? For an ambulance, like you literally just I don't know.
For a fucking ambulance. If you're laying there dying on the ground and you have to call an ambulance, they charge you 1,500 fucking dollars just to get an ambulance.
That's really strange. Yeah, my teacher, like she said that once when she went to U.S., she went to New York actually, her daughter gets sick like a flu, and she had to pay, I don't know, in Brazilian notes it went 20,000 Brazilian notes, like Brazilian.
Jeez.
Yes, like from dollar to real, it went 20,000.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, it was really crazy. It's like
Yeah,
four or $5,000.
You know why it's like that?
Why?
It's because so many people uh in the past have sued doctors for medical malpractice, quote unquote, uh when they didn't, and so now they have to set their bills high so they have like the liability like insurance shit.
Yes.
You know how much it costs for you to break a fucking bone here?
I can even guess it's like 2000, 3.
Not 2,000. It's $500 at a minimum to break a fucking bone, and that's just like the initial hospital visit. It doesn't even count like with like the medicine. Like, you know, it costs 200 fucking dollars to get a Novocaine shot, like a numbing shot.
What is a Novocaine?
$200. It's the shit that makes you numb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty sad actually.
$200 for one fucking Novocaine
Okay,
shot.
and what happened for the people who can't afford it actually?
What happens is if you don't have insurance, then the hospital holds on to that debt for a little while, and then they send it to a debt collector, which the debt collector affects your credit, and your credit is what is like if you have good credit, you can buy a house, you can buy a car. If you have bad credit, then they look at that credit and they're like, oh, you have bad credit, so we're not going to sell you this because you have bad credit.
So the person just died?
No, they don't die. Like my ex-girlfriend, like she had like a fucking kidney infection, and like we went to the emergency room and got it treated, and it was treated, but the medical bill that she had was given to a private debt collector.
Whoa.
And that like once it goes to a debt collector, like when the hospital has that bill and you owe the hospital, it doesn't affect your credit.
Yes.
But once it gets sent to a debt collector, it affects your credit, and your credit affects your eligibility, like your like basically like credit. Like if you have bad credit, it makes it harder for you to buy a house. It makes it harder for you to buy a car, because people look at your credit score and they're like, oh, you have a bad credit score, so we're not going to let you buy a car or a house because your credit score is shit. So that means that you aren't going to pay us back. Like even if you are, like it doesn't matter. Like credit score is a thing here. Like If you have bad credit, you can't do fucking shit here. Like, you can't take out a loan. You can't even fucking rent a house
What the?
here if bad credit.
I didn't know about that. Nobody said that.
Yeah, dude, credit is just fucking bullshit. Like, it's basically like how much you pay up to the people you owe, even if you don't fucking have it.
Okay.
And like, if you don't have it and you owe people something, then you get a bad credit score, and a bad credit score means that you can't buy a car, at least a brand new car. Like, yeah, you can privately buy a fucking old car, but like, you can't buy a car with a bad credit score, because they see that bad credit score and they're just automatically like, oh yeah, you have bad credit, therefore you can't pay back debts, or you can't buy a fucking house because you have bad credit, or you can't take out a loan, you can't, like, bad credit. You don't want fucking bad credit here, because bad credit fuck you over,
Okay.
and it's something that you can fucking control.
Bad credit
Like,
like a reputation
yeah,
or
that's
not?
pretty much what it is. It's a reputation. It's like people look at that and they're like, oh,
I
that's
I think
okay.
in
That's
Brazil is like a police. If he stop you and make I don't know what.
It's like intervention when they are searching for guns
Eh,
and drugs.
and he's write your name in the justice, and if you want to buy something, he ever the people who are selling gonna search your name in the justice. If you his name in justice, he's probably not gonna sell it for you.
It's
Just as, like this.
yeah, it's basically the same thing, but I don't know. You understood, I think. It's the same thing.
that's basically what it is. It's just like it's like it's basically reputation, but it goes on your permanent record. It's not like a word of mouth thing. It's like a government documented thing. Like, if you have bad credit, then it's documented by the government, and everybody ever that you ever go to, if you have bad credit, is going to be like, fuck you. Like, it's not just like a word of mouth thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you like, even if you move to a different fucking state, even if you move to the other side of the fucking country, the IRS is gonna look and see your credit and be like, "Oh yeah, no, fuck you."
That's sad.
Like, there's no escaping it.
And your credit's good or bad?
I don't have a fucking credit because I've never taken out a loan. I've never, I've never done any of that shit. Like, I don't have any medical bills or anything. Like, I don't have a credit.
Okay.
Mine's like medium, and as long as I don't get fucking injured, because like, I don't have insurance, so like, if I get injured and I go to the hospital and I have a bill, like, I'm not going to be able to fucking pay that bill. And so, like, the bill's just going to sit there unless I pay it, which usually it's like average. If you go to the emergency room, it's an average of at least $7,000. Like, $10,000 rounding off. Like, that's the minimum of what the bill's gonna be if you go to, like, if you're fucking dying, like, if you have like a life threatening wound and you go to the fucking emergency room, it's a minimum of $10,000, and then the hospital holds on to that for a while, and it doesn't affect your credit because it's the hospital's thing. But then private companies buy that shit, and so now, instead of owing the hospital, you owe these private companies, and then it starts to affect your credit.
Yeah.
And then it fucks your credit over.
Oh, goodbye.
Like,
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao and
You
goodbye.
leave?
Bye.
Tchau, viado.
But
Oh,
Ei, ei, ei. Não era
were
tu
you
que ia
leaving the
sair? Velho?
chat?
era, mas o Gavin saiu também.
Ok. My
Tá bom, vou
friend.
sair também. Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Good night.
Good night. Just leave. Okay, they left. That's sad. Really sad. Are you still there?
I'm still there.
You said your name was how? What was your name? What was your name?
It's not playing through my speaker. Hang on, let me hang up and join back. Wait. Speak.
What was your name? You said to me, but Isaac, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, my friend's writing. What okay. My friend is Mateus.
Matheus?
Yeah, it's like Matthew, but in Portuguese. Mateus. It's really strange.
Matheus. What's your name?
Mateus?
Your name is Matheus?
Yes, my name is Mateus.
You're all Matheus?
No, it's like Mateus and then my subname. I don't remember how to call it. Undername, I
Are
think.
you- Are you guys leaving me?
No. My friends did, but I didn't. It's like
Okay.
I always wanted to speak with America, like U.S. American. I never did actually. I'm training my English right now.
Well, if you, I mean, I probably couldn't do it right now, but if you hang out and talk to me enough, I could probably teach you some good English.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, like for instance, do you know the term cracker?
I heard in movies, but I don't know what it is.
So the term cracker comes from it's a Civil War era. You know what the American Civil War shit.
Yes, I know a lot about history.
Yeah. So the American Civil War, there was a term that African Americans would use to call white people, and it was cracker.
Whoa.
And cracker basically means like whip cracker, like slave master. Like if you're a cracker, that means you're cracking the whip.
Yes.
Honky is another good one, cause back in those days, African American people would call white people honkies because white people would like be driving down the street and they would see black people and they would honk their horns and call them racial slurs, and so they called them honkies because the honk of the horn was associated with the racial slurs. You know what I mean?
Racial what?
Racial slurs. Racial
Slurs. I don't know what it means.
slur means like a derogative term, like a bad term, like a slur would be like if I called you a faggot or a nigger or a bastard, like that's what a slur is.
So
like a
it's- so-
slur.
It's like a nigger to a white person. Is that right?
A slur is basically like it's like calling someone a bad word. Like a slur is like a negative word towards.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So like like nigger is like a slur. It's a racial slur because like race is a part of it. Like if I were to call somebody a nigger, then that would be like a racial slur because it's racially directed, and it's also a slur because a slur is like it's kind of like an insult.
Oh, I understand. So slur is not a direct insult. It's like when it means an insult at all. I understand. Understand. Yes, yes. I just understand.
Yeah. It's like basically like if I were like, and I'm not trying to like insult you or like be mean or anything, but like it's like if I were to like to call you a beaner, then that would be like a racial slur
Yeah.
because you are Hispanic, and it's like a hurtful word, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's like a slur could be anything from like faggot to nigger to Jew to kike, like
It's like when people here in Brazil call me Nazi because from both sides from my family I'm German, like Dutch, really German. From those times they came here, and my family started. So people actually call me Nazi is like an insult, a slur, like that.
so like if I were to like call you a kraut, that would be a slur. That would be a racial slur
Okay.
because you're German. So like if I were to call you a kraut, which is something that like Americans called Germans during World War II, then that would be a racial slur
Oh,
because it has to do with like your race, and
yes.
it's also like a offensive term that I would use like against you.
It's right like that. Crowd like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the word for chucrute in Portuguese. I know what it means. It's a
Can you teach?
what?
Could you teach some Portuguese slurs?
Okay. Portuguese slurs are like for nigga, it's negro.
I knew that one because that's just Hispanic for black.
Yes.
Negra.
There are not so much of them. In Brazil, we actually don't use so much slurs. But like nigga would be something like preto. Because or macaco, what means monkey. Because when people really racist, it's like when they're going to offend someone, they call preto or macaco. You know?
Macaco.
Yeah, it's the word for monkey in Portuguese. So there are no. Yeah, you understand. You understood.
I know. You want to hear? Do you want to hear a really American one for black people that like nobody knows,
Yes, that one.
unless you're like from fucking the South in America?
Okay,
Is
just tell me. I'm really curious.
moon cricket.
I already heard it, but in a movie, I think.
Moon cricket. Porch monkey. Uh, boot lip.
Hmm.
Um, mud baby.
What the fuck? Really, mud baby?
Yeah, mud baby.
What the? Wow, yeah. It's like if.
Dude, I grew up. I grew up in a town. You could probably look it up on fucking YouTube. The town that I grew up in the '90s, Oprah Winfrey came here, and they had a whole fucking rally. And they threw bricks at her car, and they were like, "Nigger, go home." I'm almost ashamed to even be like living here, much less been born here. But yeah, Uh,
Yes.
like, I know a dude who fucking like I've known like a couple of Grand Dragons from the Ku Klux Klan in my life.
Really?
They're all
Like directly from Ku Klux Klan?
directly like I knew like a dude who fucking tied the noose, and like I like my buddy Jason, uh, his grandpa fucking like over at his house. There's this tree in his front yard. They fucking hung a black guy like from that tree. Like they like
A black guy? Black guy?
yeah, yeah. They fucking like hung him.
What?
Like I've several Ku Klux Klan affiliates and fucking skinheads like, and I'm not proud of it, but like
Yeah, I know
I
I know what you're saying because my family, even being German, the old ones, like the old people, they're really racist. Like, it's uncomfortable to be with them because they
yeah,
just talk bad, really mean things about black people.
yeah, dude. It's like, dude, they're like it's like how like they're just as fucking human as you are. Like, how you gonna fucking sit there and like shit on someone just because of the color of their skin?
Yes,
And
my grand mother, she used to say like, I don't have anything against black people, but they can stay on the trees and I'm the ground. You know what I mean? She used to say that. It's like calling them
Jesus
monkeys.
Christ,
Yes,
dude,
it's a really bad thing. I get really uncomfortable when I hear it.
it's really bad. Holy shit,
Yes.
dude, dude. Fucking my friend Katrina, she uh she speaks English, but she was raised by Russians, and she thinks in Russian, and
So
was like
so she's
a lot.
Russian. So she's Russian.
Yeah, she's Russian, and her grandma was alive during World War II in Russia, and she told me the story. Yeah, my grandma was she she went out, had like a doll, right, like a little porcelain doll, like a baby doll,
Yes.
and she thought she was like in a fucking war zone because her family was like Russian and Jewish, so they were like stowaways.
Whoa.
And her grandma saw this baby doll on the street, and then she went and grabbed it, and it was like an actual fucking baby that had been blown up and like dead.
What the fuck?
And her grandma was like fucking 6 years old, and she picked that thing up and she was like, "Oh, this is like a real baby that's dead."
Man, this is sick.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
Man,
Like the one thing, like I don't fucking get it, dude. Like I don't get why people have to be so fucking divided. Like even by countries. Like I get why people hate America. I get why people hate every fucking country on the face of the planet. Like like I hate America. I hate Germany. I hate Russia, but it's not because of the people there. It's because of the fucking system. Like,
I never heard about their system actually.
what, America?
No, German.
Oh, Germany. Uh, Well, if you want me to be completely honest, it was better when Hitler was in office.
Yes, I know that. He actually took them out from the crisis, isn't it? From First World War.
Dude, they were in like a fucking like they were in a fucking famine, and then Hitler came in and was like, "Yeah, I have this new currency," and like, dude, honestly, like I don't want to say that like I don't want to say that Jews are bad
No,
because
they're
not
not.
all.
I never knew a Jew. There are not Jews here in South Brazil. It's really a way.
Well, then they're fucking doing it right, dude.
So they're normal, like they. I never knew one.
Something about America that a lot of people don't talk about, and if they do talk about it, they're hushed. But man, Jews run it all. Jews fucking like. You want to know? Are you circumcised? It's a weird question, but I just need to know.
Mm.
It's a question.
Yeah,
Are you
let it out.
circumcised?
What?
Are you circumcised?
No, and I until my 13 years old, I never knew what it was. What it was.
Well, whenever Jewish people get circumcised,
I don't know why. Neither.
uh, they have a rabbi come and suck the blood off of the tip of a baby's dick.
What the? Really? What? What? I never heard of it.
You can fucking look it up. It's a thing. It's a common practice.
What? I was terrible. Man, also something that I know. It's like they get that part of the amputated dick from the baby, and they put it on the grave, not the graveyard, but the backyard from their houses.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Fucking dude, Jews are fucking gross. You know, well, like Jews have a fucking term for people who aren't Jewish.
What it is? You know what it is?
Yes, it's goyim.
Oh, it's what was the word? Is it
You and I, because we are not Jewish, we are considered goyim,
Is it bad?
and
It's like nigga.
it's bad. It's a fucking slur, dude. It's like they think of us as like easily manipulative, like cattle.
What the fuck? So we are like cattle.
Yes, dude. They think of us as like subhuman.
So they're not that good people then.
No, dude. Fucking Jews suck.
They're not
Jew-
innocent because all I heard about Jews like they're innocent people, but I never heard about their custom. Not custom, but their
They're not. Is a thing. They want to fucking make it out like they're fucking innocent,
yeah.
but dude, they are like the shittiest, fucking scummiest people on the face of the fucking planet. Like, you just look at like all the famous people, and they just so happen to be Jewish, and they just so happen to be pedophiles. Like,
Really?
yeah, dude. Like, like I was like speaking about Nick Kroll earlier. Like, you've heard of that show called Big Mouth?
Big the show on Netflix.
Yes, it's a show on Netflix called Big Mouth,
Yes,
and it is
my friend
it's
actually.
literally, it is literally fucking animated child porn. Literally, like they show little kid dicks. There's like a scene where they show a 13-year-old's vagina,
What the fuck?
and they just pass it off like it's nothing
What?
and like it's cool.
Yeah, that's
And dude, like they like
yeah.
just do some research. Just do some research
No, I
on.
watched the very first few episodes, but I never get to the part where a vagina appears. But yeah, I heard about it.
It is straight up animated child porn,
Yeah.
and like they're just allowed to get away with that.
It's like cuties, isn't it? Like cuties.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking animated cuties. It's like Big Mouth came out before Cuties, and like at that point they were trying to hide it, but then like Cuties came out, and it's like, dude, they're not even like they're just shameless about it. They're not even fucking trying anymore.
Yeah.
It's fucking disgusting. It's like everyone. That's why I fucking hate living in this country because every single person in a position of power in the government in Hollywood, they're all a bunch of fucking pedophiles.
I
And
heard.
if you try and ask about it, you either get arrested or like Jeffrey Epstein, he got fucking hung. He committed suicide.
Yeah.
Um, or you just get hushed. Like damn dude, like we had a guy in America that created a engine that ran off of water and it could get you like 127 miles running off of water.
I heard about
Like,
that. Yes.
and you know what happened to him?
He killed himself suddenly, isn't it?
He got shot 2 times in the back of the head, and the blueprints to that engine never, ever, ever met the light of day.
You know what happened in Brazil? It's like the same thing. A company like us happened to be created when they made a car moved by water too. It's like this car in America, but the guy who made it actually killed himself. But it's like he, it's really strange. It's like he didn't kill himself actually. It's like a shot in the head and he was found with a gun in his hand. But you know what it means, right?
Yeah, dude, like, they don't want that shit getting public
Yeah.
because they can't make money off of it.
Yeah, they're making money out from the pandemic actually, COVID.
Same fucking reason. Like, you know why America started a war with the Middle East?
Why? Petroleum.
Because
Isn't it?
The Middle East had fucking oil
Yes, oil.
in America, and they were like, "Oh, you guys have oil and you don't want to like sell it to us? All right, well then we're gonna start killing you, and we're just gonna fucking take it."
Yeah, that's actually the entire world now.
That was like the whole thing with like Al Qaeda and ISIS. Like, they just didn't want to give up their fucking land to some shitty ass fucking pigs.
Yes.
And like, have you ever seen pictures of Syria in the
Yes.
60s?
Yes. Yes. What freaks me out is that child are dying because of it, and women.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking like, and the thing is like now, like I'm not gonna shit on American soldiers because they're just doing what they think is right.
Puppets.
Yeah, they're puppets, like that, and they don't know that they're puppets. But like, I've heard several stories of cause if you join the army and you're an American soldier and a fucking kid runs up to you with a fucking bomb on his chest, you're not allowed to shoot him. You can't. You cannot shoot him. Like, you just gotta let him fucking blow up. And there was this dude I know who went to Iraq, and they were his squadron was like molesting little kids, and he went to go tell on them, and they ran him over with a fucking big ass like personnel carrier truck, and he should have died, but he didn't.
What the?
And so now, like he's not serving anymore, but like they're basically like paying him hush money,
What?
like he saw some fucked up shit, dude, and it's not just exclusive to America. It's everybody. Everybody's fucking in on it.
Yes.
It's fucking terrible, man. Like
Uh,
this is the kind of shit that like inspires people like fucking Ted Kaczynski or Charles Manson to fucking kill people. Is because like
I
no
know what I mean. I know what I mean.
nobody's willing to do shit until it gets dirty, and then by the time it gets dirty, it's like, well,
Yeah.
hang on, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some.
Don't leave.
I'll be right back. It'll take me 5 seconds.
Então esse era o vídeo basicamente, eu só queria mostrar minha primeira interação direta com um americano. Adeus.